Now we're going to spend some time building cat clicker together with Knockout. You can find the files I'm using at the repository linked in the instructor notes. Now here's our index.html file, but we're going to put that aside and open up app.js. As you can see, we're starting with absolutely nothing here. First, let's make a view model so we have a place to put things. Now if we only type this, nothing special will happen. We'll just end up with a function called viewModel, but it won't ever get run. We need to tell Knockout to apply our bindings to this view model. Now I'll go over what that means in more detail a little bit later. For now, let's just start our app by typing ko.applyBindings and a new view model. Now let's hop over to our browser, hit refresh, and ensure that nothing pops up in the console. When I'm developing, I go back and forth a lot to make sure I don't run into errors. Now let's go back to our app. We need to put something inside our view model here. For now, I'm actually going to put our model here in the view model. Now this may seem confusing at first. You may think, but Ben, aren't we supposed to separate things? Well, the most important thing for now is that the pieces are functionally separate. For simplicity in this example, we'll define our model stuff here inside the view model, but even though the model is being defined inside the view model, the functionality is separate. Now in a few lessons we'll see a good way to separate out our model data more cleanly, but for now we'll go with this. So what do we need in here? Well, we need the same fields as before. Name, click count, image source, and because we appreciate our artists, image attribution. And there's our model for a simple version of Cat Clicker. Now what about our view model? We obviously need an increment counter function. But if we look back at our previous code from the last lesson, you'll notice we don't need most of the functions we wrote before. For example, before we had a getCurrentCat function, which allowed the view to get it from the octopus to get it from the model. We don't need that anymore because Knockout will handle the view to model and model to view synchronization for us. The only time we need to write view model methods are when we need to actually change something ourselves. In this case, this.incrementCounter is going to set the click count to be itself plus 1. As you can see, this.clickCount with nothing in the method is getting our click count. We're adding 1 and then taking this whole thing here and storing it inside of this.clickCount. Effectively what we've done here is say count plus plus. In this case it's this.clickCount, and this.clickCount is a Knockout observable. Now all we need to do is make our HTML connect up with this.